Diagnosis, an alternate perspective. For us, diagnosis day was a meltdown. We'd been saying for years there's something different about our child, and nobody was listening. Because even though he wasn't engaging in class, he wasn't causing any problems. Then, all of a sudden, he exploded in school. He was running around the corridors, setting off fire alarms, growling at teachers, seeking pressure holds and being chased. All the challenging behaviour and meltdowns we had seen at home were now visible to everyone. So we got appointments fairly quickly, and I took a whole heap of written reports from school and childcare settings with me. And on our 4th month of the diagnosis process, I'd had a verbal indication of ASD. We went to get our actual confirmation. Our boy didn't come with us, as we were advised the paediatrician had seen enough. It was to our absolute shock when the paediatrician suggested they may hold back the diagnosis for a month, as the school had scored the ASSQ document as neurotypical. I said, "You can't do this to us. We're in absolute hell. We understand this is a lifelong diagnosis, but he needs it to access support and education and to protect him from ignorance." I then proceeded to get every report, every written example that blew that incorrect document out of the water. Seriously, the realisation that a TA had been given these most important documents to fill out and had no experience in understanding the questions was just horrendous. I had taken these documents into school, stared hypnotically at the then Senko and said, if these questionnaires score him as ASD, then they will give me the diagnosis that he needs, and we all agree he needs. Eventually, after much pleading and shoving examples at the doctor, he agreed this one document was not infallible, and all the other info from the school scored him highly. Also, her observations of him met the diagnostic criteria. She threw an Asperger's leaflet at me and said she would send me some information on sleep hygiene and melatonin, and that was it. We left the room with me sobbing and drained, and my husband not quite sure what had just happened. I called my dad. He said, "Well done, crack open the champagne." The weird thing is, I absolutely did not feel like celebrating. It's a crap task to fight for a diagnosis that you don't want, but recognise that your child needs it. It's like getting to the top of a massive mountain. You expect to stop and breathe, expect to enjoy the sunshine. What you actually see is a load more huge mountains, and the clouds are all around. No one tells you anything. You get the diagnosis and off you go. What a diagnosis does is open doors. It helps you link in with training courses. Your child gets assigned a CAT team worker and an EP. You can sign up to support from local autism charities. It's fair to say they've saved my sanity. So you're still climbing those mountains, but you meet people on the way in the same situation. Your whole family-friend dynamics change, and you learn to ignore ignorant morons who think ASD can be cured or it's a symptom of your parenting. Support is out there, but you have to find it. The most supportive thing a woman I know with an ASD child said to me is, "You're not alone. You're never alone in this ASD process, though it can feel that way." I hang on to that every day and keep fighting for my child and my family.